Here's a look at a recap of your markets on this Thursday, the first day of May. Cash cattle markets continue to push higher this week without getting much support from anywhere else. Taking a look at the two tracking measures that we have, the Missouri Stocker formula, 386.85. That's based roughly on a 550-pound steer through the auction barns in the state of Missouri. CME feeder cattle index, 296.10. That's based on an 800-pound steer up through the 12 state feeding regions. Both of those tracking measures, once again, setting all-time new record highs. Taking a look at feedlot trade this week, added another 13,000 head for the day. Of course, most of the trade took place on Wednesday. Once we finally got that report in, there was over 72,000 head that took place on Wednesday. As of the 2 o'clock cutoff time today, we're up to 85,587 head. All that trade's been significantly higher this week. Texas, 7,750 head. Live sales, $6 higher from $214 early in the week up to $218. Most of the sales at $218. Kansas has reported 9,126 head. Live sales have been $5 to $8 higher from $215 to $218. Most of the sales in that region as well at $218. A few dress sales at $350. Nebraska's reported 23,815 head for the week. Live sales have been $4 to $5 higher. Earlier in the week, we saw live sales anywhere from $213 all the way up to the end of this week where we are so far, up to $224 on the top. Most of those sales have been $222 to $223. Dress sales in Nebraska, $7 to $10 higher, from $340 up to $350. The majority of the sales at the $350 mark. Iowa's reported 27,557 head for the week. Live sales, $4 to $5 higher there, from $218 to $224. Most of the sales at $222. And then the dress sales, they're $8 to $10 higher, from $346 all the way up to a handful at $360. Most of the sales have been at $350. That volume this week's going to be the biggest week we've had since back in mid-March. Taking a look at the auction barns around the state today, Mocan livestock market, they're going to end up just shy of about 900 head. Market there looks about steady to $5 higher. Some spots at $10 higher on some of the lightweight heifers there. Mid-most stockyards in Phillipsburg, they're going to end up with about 800 head. The market there, $2 to $10 higher. Some spots, $15 higher. New Cambria livestock market, they're going to end up with about 1,500 head there. The steers, medium and large ones, 400 to 500 pounds, 425 to 460, 5 to 6 weights at 357, 421.75, 6 to 7 weights at 325 to 373. Some 7 to 8 weights at 308 to 335, some 8 to 9 weights, 307.50 to 315.10. The heifers, 400 to 500 pounds, 365.5 to 415, 5 to 6 weights at 313 to 335 or to 359, 600 to 700 pound heifers at 299.5 to 315.25. Some 7 to 8 weights, 308 to 313, 20 head of 755 pound heifers tagged as replacements at 326. Box beef cutout values, they've given back about everything they've gained this week, other than the gains that we saw from Friday to Monday. We're back about at Monday's levels now. Choice, 343.17, down 214 for the day. Select at 324.28, that's up 226 for the day. That's brought the Choice Select spread back below $20 to $18.89. It's based on a volume of 99 loads of cuts, trimmings, and grinds. Taking a look at the futures markets, live cattle did see some slight gains today, however, running well behind the cash currently. June live cattle, 209.65, up 125. August up 60, 204.65. October up 27 at 202.22. Feeder cattle, the May, 293.22. That's up 65. All the rest of the contracts lower. August 294.45, down 57. September at 292.85, down 95. Lean hogs for May, 47 higher, 92.40. June down a dime, 98.17. And July, 98.92, up 32. Taking a look at the grain markets now at the elevators around the state. Soybeans were 1 to 51 higher. Wheat steady to 8 higher. Corn 3 lower to 15 higher. Corn bids at the elevators in St. Louis, 491, Kansas City 442 to 474. Soybean bids, St. Louis 1068, Kansas City 1030 to 1080. Wheat bids in St. Louis 513 to 521, Kansas City 511. On the Board of Trade, corn contracts, May down 3, 464 and a quarter. July down 3 and a quarter, 472 and a quarter. The rest of the contracts fractionally to a penny higher. September at 437 and a quarter. Soybeans, May up 5.5, 1040 and a quarter. July at 1050 and a quarter, up 5 3/4. August at 1044 and a quarter, up 6. Wheat contracts, May 2 1/4 higher, 515 and a quarter. July up 1/4 cent, 531, and September up 1/4, 545 and a quarter. Soybean meal for May down $3.50 a ton at $286.50. Soybean oil for May up 78 cents a hundredweight at $49.36. With the Missouri Department of Agriculture, that's a recap of your markets for Thursday. This is Tony Hancock.